He didn't buy that line of bullshit at all. I tried though, right? Come on in, don't be shy. We're giving away prizes. I just lied to you to get you in the door, but come on in. Come on in. Typically, they set this up to be a Q&A panel, but I put together a keynote presentation about my career, so you don't even have to ask any questions afterwards. I bet I will have answered them before we even get to that part of the presentation. Come on, man. It's cool. Come on, sit down.
I have a tournament in like 10 minutes.
Do you? Well, you got 10 minutes, I'll get it started right now, just for you. And you can walk out on me in 10 minutes. Come on in, come on in. We're giving away prizes. That's a lie, but you came in, so thank you.
Sorry.
All right, you guys.
Take care.
All right, what the heck? It's 11:45. Let's start, shall we? Everybody having a good day so far? Were y'all here yesterday?
Yes.
Cool, cool, cool. They put together a nice little thing here. Okay, so this is called How Did Voice Acting Get Me Here? And I don't mean specifically here at this convention, but to where my career has taken me, because it's taken so many weird turns over the years. My career started in 1975 when I was 14 years old, and I had the Justin Bieber hair before Justin Bieber had that hair. I was one of those kids who liked to imitate the Saturday morning cartoons. When I grew up, cartoons were king on Saturday mornings. And the king of cartoons was this guy, Mel Blanc. The man of 1,000 voices was a big influence on my life. I mean, look at the characters he's voiced over the years. His vocal talents to me have not yet been surpassed. And then the next biggest influence on my life, because I grew up as a child of the 60s, was this guy. Anybody know who he is? His name is Gary Owens, and he was a Los Angeles DJ on KMPC. And then he had a stint on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, a comedy television show from the 60s that I grew up watching. I didn't understand the politics of the show, but I liked the bits that they did, and I thought it was a good time. But the most influential person in entertainment at that time, to me, when I was a teenager, was this guy, George Carlin. The late, great George Carlin, who in 1972, this album, FM and AM, came out, in which he does radio-style comedy. It made me laugh and made me want to imitate him, which I did. All the kids at school in junior high told me, man, you should be on the radio. So one Saturday, I got a wild hair up my butt, and I asked my dad to drive me down to the local radio station in Jacksonville, North Carolina, where I was living at the time. And that picture was taken just a few years ago, but it looks exactly the same as it did the day I first walked into that building in 1975 and asked for a radio job. And I was hired on the spot. I don't know how I got that lucky, but I did a couple of weekend shows on Saturday nights, and then they immediately asked me if I wanted to be on Monday through Friday night. Well, I was in 7th grade in junior high school. So I asked my parents' permission. They said, you keep your grades up. Your brother can pick you up when you sign the radio station off at midnight every night. Your father can drive you after dinner to work. And if you keep your grades up, you can do it. Well, I kept my grades up. And my dream was to work at the big station that I listened to out of Norfolk, Virginia called WGH. And eventually, I got my first big job at WGH. See the mature guy to the far left who's pointing at something? Yeah, that would be me. I was so mature at that time. Eventually, I did get that job. It turned out to be really cool. What we're standing in front of there is a broadcast vehicle, which in 1979, very few radio stations had. A showmobile is what we called it. And I got to do my radio show from that particular vehicle, parked on Virginia Beach, on the sand of Virginia Beach, and I got to be a judge in the Miss Hawaiian Tropic Beauty Contest that they did back in the day. So that vehicle made it possible. In this shot, I'm actually doing my show from that vehicle underneath a roller coaster in Williamsburg, Virginia at Busch Gardens. And over the years, I went on to do a whole bunch of different radio jobs across the country, many radio jobs. When I landed in San Diego in 1990, I got the longest running job of my career, which was staff announcer for Channel 6 TV, which was the Fox affiliate, and then a CW affiliate. And that job led to other jobs, voicing video for, well, you'll recognize this one, SpongeBob SquarePants. I was doing sound design for Nickelodeon. And I became the sound that you might recognize if you grew up watching it. You know the orange splat that hits the screen? That's me going, My kids were really impressed by that until all their friends, my dad's the Splat. They didn't care that I was Duke Nukem or Big the Cat or any of the hundreds of characters I played in video games, but the fact that I was the Splat sound, they were very impressed with. So for Nickelodeon, every time SpongeBob had a DVD release, I was the voice of it.
We're serving up SpongeBob in Truth or Square, available now on DVD. Check it out on the special extended director's cut of the Truth or Square TV movie, filled with flashbacks and celebrities.
I got a huge ton of extravaganza for SpongeBob SquarePants.
With a generous portion of exclusive special features on the side.
Are you with the people?
Including a behind-the-scenes look at the new SpongeBob opening sequence. Plus karaoke music videos. Truth or Square is available now. It's DVD-licious.
How about that tagline? It's DVD-licious. Yeah, did you guys know that SpongeBob SquarePants had a peanut butter brand? Anybody remember it? I do, because I was the voice of that commercial.
SpongeBob SquarePants, the hero, the champion, the legend, and now the peanut butter. That's right, it's SpongeBob SquarePants peanut butter from Fun Cuisine, a scrumptiously seaworthy delicacy for all you land lovers. Plus, it's a good source of protein, vitamins, and minerals to help keep you full lippin' and full open throughout the day. And it goes great on just about everything, except that. And that too. Look for SpongeBob peanut butter and these other tasty treats from Fun Cuisine. Scrumptious!
Well, it wasn't a very long-lived product. I think SpongeBob peanut butter was on the shelves for about a year, and then it failed. I think Skippy beat the hell out of them. And that was the end of that. Now, being in San Diego at the time, I was fortunate enough to meet this woman who we talk about a lot, Ryan Drummond. We'll tell you about Lonnie Manella. She was in my studio to record a car dealer ad, and she asked at that time if I was interested in auditioning for video game work. And this was 1995. I said, video game work? There's no voiceover in video games. She said, well, there's about to be. And I would like you to audition for a little game that they call Duke Nukem 3D, a franchise that had many games over the years. It was fun being a part of that franchise and being Duke. And so, as I started making convention appearances, because Duke Nukem kind of made me famous, fans of the King would ask me to say all kinds of things in Duke's voice, a lot of inappropriate things. And then I was at this convention down in Killeen, Texas, where a couple of Hispanic guys I met, we were drinking tequila one night, and they said, hey man, can you do some Duke in Spanish? I said, well, I don't speak Spanish, but I'll learn some Spanish so I can do some. And so I put together this little ditty for them, Duke speaking Spanish. I hope you enjoy.
Translating Duke Nukem English to Spanish.
Your face, your ass, what's the difference? Tu cara, tu culo, ¿cuál es la diferencia? I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck. Te arranco por la cabeza, te cago por el cuello. I've got balls of steel. Tengo pelotas de hierro. Balls of steel. Pelotas de hierro.
So who speaks Spanish in the room? How did I do?
I think so. I speak some, but I don't. I'm half Mexican, so I try to learn. I don't really know if I'm good in Spanish class in middle school right now, but I really don't know, man. And also, sorry about yesterday. Sorry about yesterday.
For what? You have nothing to be sorry about.
I thought you hated. Sorry.
No, you were delightful yesterday. I'm so glad you came to this panel today. It's good to see you again. Noah, right?
No, yes.
Nice to see you, Noah.
I have a letter for you, but I'll show you.
All right, we'll open it up in a little while. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. After I did the Duke Nukem games, Lonnie Manella, who I introduced you to a moment ago, met me and Ryan Drummond in a studio. I hope you guys have met Ryan. He's a wonderful guy. I've known him for a long time. And asked if we'd be interested in auditioning for the Sonic Adventure and Sonic game series. I was asked to provide a dumb-sounding voice for a minor character, who I thought was minor at the time, called Big the Cat.
Select your character.
I'm not Dougie, I'm Daddy.
I'm so proud of this. You guys seen this a few times?
What? Dougie, is that you? You're looking kind of weird, somebody.
It's Froggy!
Hey, wait a minute! You swallowed my lucky charm! Come back here! What's wrong with you? Something's not right. We've always been friends for years. Froggy! Wait up!
I had edited this really short. Somebody said, no, leave a long version in. So, sorry.
Come out wherever you are. Oh man, when could that Hollywood town be anyway? Froggy, there you are. Wait, don't run away. What you doing under that car? What's wrong?
I'm so glad that fans usually ask me to quote Duke Nukem and not Big the Cat.
It's a little embarrassing.
We've all heard bad acting. You know what it sounds like when something's not quite right in a game. And sometimes, as I'm about to demonstrate, it is the voice actor's fault. Sometimes a poor translation or a director having to please the developer can make for a lousy performance. This is a game I've never been proud to be a part of called Evil Zone. Has anybody played this game? Where I played the lead, a cat named Danzavir. Check out how bad this is.
Objective understood.
Why are you here? You called me out for your own convenience. But didn't you come to stop me?
I'm not going to give you any excuses. After all, I don't think it's right to make people of different worlds fight against each other.
That voice is Lonnie Manila, by the way.
Do you dare to stop us? Then stop us! The power of a supreme ruler destroys evil! The ultimate hero! Dandaga!
Right?
Get him! God!
Look at the power bars on the side. Boy, how old is this game?
I'd say a lot older.
So the graphics are just awful too, right?
Very
So,
Don't blame yourself. In this world, justice will prevail.
Oh, and now let's add insult to injury. Danzavir played by John St. John's? Didn't even spell my first name right. Talk about disrespect, man.
So if you're a dad, would that make you Papa John's?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I've acted in many shooter games over the years as soldiers, medics, generals. But in this game, Half-Life, you guys familiar with Half-Life? My characterization is based on the movie Full Metal Jacket. Have you seen that film? Then you know Arlie Ermey's part in that, right? Kind of obscene, but he was, you know, what is your major malfunction, son? So that was the direction they wanted me to go with this. Here's a sample from Half-Life.
Rise and shine, ladies! My name is Senior Drill Instructor Dwight C. Mars. The first and last words I want to hear out of your thinking holes is, sir, do I make myself clear? Sir, yes, sir! Okay, soldier, this is a live fire exercise. I want to see your face in the dirt, soldier. Go, go, go! Grab that rope ladder. Get your ass up there. Hit the dirt, soldier. Congratulations, soldier. You're no longer a long-lived maggot. I'm sure you'll be a credit to your unit. Now report to duty, soldier.
So there are a lot of different first-person shooter games and action games like this that I've been a part of. I'm fortunate to be in one of the world's biggest esports tournaments games. Are you guys familiar with the payout in esports games? $25 million to the winner in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That's outrageous. But, you know, the money is there. So I'm also the guy who instructs you how to use your weapons in this wildly popular game, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Here's a little sample.
Observe your bullet spread and weapon kick during firing. Way to hit the giant wood target. You just saved democracy. Yeah, I know. We all had to complete these tests. Put your weapon back on the table when you're done. Now we need to do some target identification. We have good guys and we have bad guys. We need you to shoot the bad guys. And just to prove you were paying attention, pick up the weapon and shoot 5 bad guys for me.
Oh, that was a good guy.
Nice work with those wooden terrorists. Now let's get you out into the sunlight. Shoot some wood in the head. Pick up both weapons and let's get started. Check the weapon for a second. These targets will show you how much damage is done in each location. Unsurprisingly, shooting someone in the foot is not very effective. The chest is better, but the highest damage is done by a headshot. All right, you are getting this down. You can try it again or leave it any time. Don't worry, my heart is broken.
So you can see those are two wildly different approaches to the voiceover for these games. This one I took a southern kind of leaning because, well, that's what they wanted, the folks at Valve who put this game together. They said, give it a southern accent. You lived in North Carolina, you can do that. So, all right, pick up that weapon, and you know, that was the way I did that. Back in the 90s, when we first started doing voices in video games, oftentimes one voice actor would be cast for many roles. So when Hasbro put out their game Candyland Adventure, there were only 3 people involved in voicing this game, and almost all of the male cast was me. I was King Candy, Gloppy, Jolly, Lord Licorice, and that doesn't happen today. Most times, it doesn't matter how many voice dialects or characters you're capable of doing, unless it's a huge game like, say, World of Warcraft, you usually only get 1 role, or 2 or 3. I've been lucky to have multiple roles in a lot of games like Dota 2 and Guild Wars 2. I play 5 or 6 of the top characters in those games. And I was lucky enough to be a part of the Sonic franchise, as I mentioned earlier. And here's one that a lot of people don't realize, is that I was the menu voice for Sonic Advance 3. You ever played this one? I just put this video in because I like reliving those old days. It's fun to see it again. And then I introduce the characters when you pick who you want to fight. So it was kind of a fun game to be a part of because all I had to do was the announcer. And, oh, look, Ryan Drummond. And they got my name right. Yay. Usually they do. That one brings back some memories for me, hopefully for you as well. Now, I played a lot of roles, from superheroes to animals of various kinds, athletes, sports announcers, officials. My favorite role to play is always the evil villain. There's just something, you know, I have 3 ex-wives, so I can channel some anger into those roles. And This is a video game that was originally going to be called Duke Nukem Mass Destruction. But as you might recall, if you know the history of Duke Nukem at all, there was a big fight for copyright infringement and who owned what between 3D Realms and Gearbox Software. Unfortunately, Gearbox won. 3D Realms only got to have the original Duke 3D game and this one, which, well, it was going to be Duke Nukem Mass Destruction, but instead they changed this to a different game where I got to play the evil villain Jadis Haskell, and I had a great time playing this part.
Years of secrecy and suffering. Humanity rejected my research. But I found a world willing to embrace that failure. A people with a desire to evolve. To survive at all costs.
This isn't a game, Haskell.
The Kai are coming, Jenny.
So if you've never played this particular game, you might want to check it out. It's very good. I couldn't finish Bombshell. I'm not that good of a gamer anymore. I'm a little aged out of gaming. But it's a tricky game. If you haven't played it, give it a shot. Love him or hate him, Duke is an iconic character that will not silently die. He's found himself inserted into other game franchises. In fact, this week, Wednesday, in fact, when I'm at home, I'm going to be recording Duke Nukem for another game that is not a Duke Nukem game. It is a AAA game maker. It's a major game franchise. And when I first was offered this, I went, really? You're going to put Duke in that? Okay. I'm happy to. They're going to pay me for it. But this is one of the first games that Duke was inserted into Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Originally, the lead character is Grayson, played by my friend Steve Bloom, who's a wonderful voice actor. But they wanted to put Duke in just to keep him alive in some respect. And so here's a sample of what Duke looks like in a modern game. And this is the first time Duke Nukem's ever looked this good in a game.
Wow, nicely done.
Yeah? Fuck you!
You don't recognize me either?
The suicidal limp-dick retards who take this.
Easy down.
Dead Echo. Broken down piece of shit outfit went sideways and killed like 2,000 men, women, and children. What kind of idiot play was that? So wildly outclassed. Why didn't you morons just warp out?
Outclassed? I've been saving the world since before you were born. Who the fuck are you?
Hey!
Stay cool. Let's keep talking.
Where is the evac point? Are you going to help us?
Knock it off. Either one of you kids is surviving without me. We help you get to the evac, you help us get off world. That's the deal. I don't know how I got here, but I'm all out of gum.
Fine. But if either of you touch me again, I will butcher you. Let's go.
Calm the fuck down. I get it, we're screwed. And not in the good way.
I do not trust either of you, and I will not hesitate to gun down the first who betrays my confidence.
Duke gives him the stare.
I'm sorry.
Cool. I'm not crying over this.
Understood.
Reminds me of L.A.
Great tagline, right? So that's what Duke looks like in modern games, and he will be in another game, probably February or March, that'll come out. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't tell you what it is. You know how that works. Now, to promote the game release in 2016, Duke was encouraged to run for president of the USA, right? Could he have won? Who knows, but his ad campaign probably would have looked something like this. Sounds a little familiar.
Damn, you son of a bitch.
That's diplomacy.
Damn. Shake it, baby. It's time to abort your whole freedom species. And I'm coming to get the rest of you little bastards. Yeah, you're gonna need an ICU. Now, this is a force to be reckoned with. So help me, Duke.
Oh, it's good to be king. I like that little tagline there, taking the guy out there in the stall. In January 2016, an ad agency in Los Angeles reached out to me and asked me to be the voice of the leading Republican candidate for president. I immediately turned down the gig, and I posted about it on Facebook. Here's what I wrote. I said, I don't like to turn down jobs, especially when it's a national ad campaign that pays really well, but I have a conscience and could not accept the gig to be the advertising voice for the Republican Party's leading candidate for president. Thanks for the kind offer, but I'll sleep just fine at night knowing I made a choice I can live with. I don't care what your politics is, and if you're on the other team, that doesn't make me right and you wrong, or you right and me wrong. We're just different. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I posted this on Facebook, and the story went viral. Reddit picked it up, and then the Huffington Post picked it up. And then about a week later, the Whedon-Kennedy ad agency in New York City called and asked, are you the voice actor of Duke Nukem who turned down all of that advertising money? And I said, yes. And they immediately hired me to be the voice of the Bud Light Party, a campaign that aired from February all the way through to November 3rd of 2016.
The following is a message from the Bud Light Party.
Pride, bravery, patriotism, eagles. Think we're talking about America? Think again. We're talking about Mexico and America. This Cinco de Mayo, stock up on Bud Light and celebrate all the good stuff we have in common. Raise one to right now. Everyone loves fireworks. Except your dog. They drive him totally nuts. So this 4th of July, when the fireworks go boom, leave your little champion inside to guard your fridge stock full of Bud Light. Good job, Fido. The bad sound in the sky will be over soon.
So, sticking to your morals can really pay off. That one ad campaign paid me as much money as I typically earn in 5 years of regular work. So it was very much worth it. Now, that ad agency paid me very well, and because that spot was noticed, another ad agency said, oh, well, we have a drink that we'd like you to promote. Maybe you'll recognize this one, and you didn't know it was me.
I actually like this.
New wrist half and half. Not half bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Also available in tropical lemonade. Not half bad.
Cool, that's
Brisk, baby.
Do you remember That's Brisk, Baby?
Yeah.
That was me, and you didn't even know it. There have been a lot of games over the years that have been just so fun for me to do, including Dota 2, where one of the top characters is this guy, Axe. I play 5 characters in Dota 2, but this one's my favorite. He's a really tough, very strong character, but he's also pretty funny. Axe always refers to himself in the third person, and fans really took to Axe and loved making videos. Here's one sample of a fan-made video about Axe.
Come to Axe. To me. No escaping Axe. Axe gonna get it to you. Axe gonna get it to you. He gonna get it to you. First we gonna roll that, we gonna roll that, we let it pop, don't let it go. Axe gonna get it to you. He gonna get it to you. Axe gonna get it to you. He gonna get it to you. First we gonna roll that, we gonna roll that, we let it pop, don't let it go. Axe gonna get it to you. Egon, give it to me. Axe on, give it to me. Egon, give it to me. Good day, sir. I said good day, sir. Axe does not need this, but no one else shall have it.
So a lot of funny lines from acts like that. Oh, here's another one made by fans. I know, it's silly, isn't it? Axe was so popular that he's even been the subject of a short cartoon that was created to teach the art of making animations. More proof that he's such a beloved character. I think you'll get a kick out of this one. It's really funny.
By his blade, Axe earns this purchase. Vanguard, assault Kirax, heart of Taras. Yes, to battle.
I've waited for this moment. Feel the bite of frost.
Yeah! Axe is under attack! Feel the axe of Axe! Axe misjudged? No! Axe is blunted. Axe cuts no more. Here a hero die.
Chill out.
Chill out. I love that one. Another game that I want to share with you, once again, brings together my voice with Lonnie Manella, the lady who first cast me in video games as Duke Nukem. It's a colorful, cute side-scroller that surprises you with its raunchy language and my character Dusty's foul mouth. Lonnie steals the scene in this cutscene from the end of the game as the Elder Tree, and you'll see why.
Wakey, wakey, sunshine! Hey, kid, I said wakey, wakey. It ain't polite to sleep during a cutscene.
Huh? A cutscene? Dusty? You're alive? Whoa! What is this place?
This is the first world, kiddo. Home to the Elder Tree. Thing is, she stopped taking my calls, and the kids have gone berserk. Let's go pay the old birds a visit, huh? Here, take this. Let's make it dangerous to go alone.
Oh yeah! This thing is huge! So tight!
Just how I like it. And that, my friend, is how you do a cutscene.
Little gameplay now. See how cute it is? It's so colorful and challenging, but naughty at the same time.
We did it!
Who knows, kid? You might come out of this with a bit of fur on your face after all.
Greetings, child, and Dusty. You have come far in your quest, but the game is not yet over. For this artifact is the key to your next world. With it, you must slay the root of this great blight and free our world from the grasp of
Wait,
this powerful
hold
curse.
on!
Huh?
You smoking a wooden pipe? Is she smoking a wooden pipe?
That's my ex-husband, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that's gross!
Just go. Get your ass out of here. They're not paying me enough for this shit.
So cool! So what's next, Dusty?
Just strike a pose and look badass.
Here goes nothing. Radical!
Now, they stole a cue from Marvel.
What the hell's going on?
Oh, the credits. Don't worry, kid. Remember that cartridge you picked TikTok, that's the second world. The developers just have to make it first.
But what about us? And who are all these people?
Well, for now we're stuck in here and we'll have to do this over and over and over.
Oh, jeez, I'm freaking out.
Ah, look, these are the fine gentlemen who made us. Fred, Jacob, Chris, Leon, and yada, yada, yada.
But Mom and Dad made me.
Oh, it's just an illusion, kid. In reality, you're inside a video game. Inside a video game. Blows your fucking mind, right, kiddo?
Whoa, does that mean I don't have to go to school anymore?
I like your coping mechanism.
So that's how they got you to look at the credits at the end of the game, was by, you know, like Marvel does, right? I thought it was pretty cute, and I really enjoyed that game. Now you might be interested in playing Rad Rogers, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any Steam codes for that, but I do have one Steam code left for the newest game I'm in, Turbo Overkill, and I'll give that to somebody who's really interested. Now, in the film noir category of problem-solving video games, I play the lead role of a police chief who's about to retire, and he can do so comfortably if he decides to act in a corrupt manner for the first time in his career. That is, of course, up to you, the player, to decide how he's going to do it in this game called This Is the Police, where I play the lead character, Jack Boyd.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, and then shake it, baby! No idea how I got so barbaric.
I just like that they put a Duke Nukem line at the end of this thing, Shake It Baby. And that was a pretty cool game. They did This Is the Police 2. I actually voiced that game too. And I haven't played either one of them, but it looks interesting. You know, I've been doing a lot of stuff over the years. I started in radio. I moved on to video game voice acting, and I've been making appearances at conventions for years. Here, I think I have the support of my fans. They're all showing we're number one. Yeah, we're number one. That seems to happen a lot. Here's more fans indicating that I'm number one in their book. Oh, and even more fans with that same message, how they feel about me. Even some voice actor friends of mine who say we're number one. Clearly, I have some influence over people in this area. They join in whenever I around. Oh, even Hello Kitty? Okay, well, I guess I am a bad influence at times, but I have come to embrace the convention community, and I participate in the fun. I like cosplay. I'm Mr. Incredible with this group. My favorite one so far is playing Gomez Adams with the Addams Family. The guy playing Fester shaved his head to do this on Halloween in Detroit one year. That's how cool he was, and he played the part perfectly. Well, a few years back, I decided I wanted to up my panel entertainment somewhat. Instead of just doing Q&A, I wanted to do different things. And so I introduced what's called John St. John's Sexy Naughty Late Night Party. It's an 18-plus panel that, well, I can't tell you exactly what we do, but I can tell you it's the most attended panel at large conventions in Washington, D.C., Detroit, Milwaukee, and most recently in Hartford, Connecticut. In fact, now I do the show exclusively in Hartford, Connecticut, because they want me to come back every year for ConnectiCon and to do this show, which is now 21 plus because they put alcohol in the exhibit hall where I do this show. And if you look closer, you can see once again my fans are stating I'm number one. I think that's what they're indicating. Another thing that I wanted to do, an opportunity came up to me from the Sci-Fi Channel, approached me and said, we're interested in making a new kind of TV series, and we thought maybe you could help out. So I thought up a show that would follow me and my associates from con to con as we partied and drank our way across America. Naturally, I called it Conquest. That's the name of the show. Here's a sample of it for you to see.
I'm John St. John. A little more than 20 years ago, I became one of the very first voice actors in video games. My character, Duke Nukem, made me famous.
Hail to the king, baby.
Today, I'm a celebrity guest at cons around the world. New cons are popping up every day in every theme imaginable, and my goal is to visit as many cons as possible and meet every fan I can. Helping me on this journey is my manager, Vernita. No stranger to cons herself, since she runs them. When she's done busy managing me and keeping us all in line. Joining in on the adventure is my buddy Jones, who's always up for anything to have a good time.
Get your bin changer.
Getting me where I need to be on time and making sure I have all the things I need. That's the job of my favorite handler, a guy called Echo. Together, we're on a colorful, crazy tour to meet fans, see celebrities, and dive into the fascinating world of conventions. You're invited to join the party on our Conquest.
Here's some highlights from the 7 episodes we filmed as a web series. That's Duke Cam.
Oops. Can you even aim?
Live action Mario Kart. So you can see the episodes on my YouTube channel. Just search John St. John, and Conquest will come right up if you're interested. You might see some of your friends because we did conventions all across the country that year. And while the Sci-Fi Channel did not pick up our show, we continued to make those episodes and had a lot of fun doing it. Then I had another idea for content creation because, you know, if I don't stay relevant, I'm nobody. So I have to constantly keep making stuff. So what I did was I commissioned an artist in Hollywood to make me a Duppet. You know what a Duppet is? A Duke Nukem puppet. Who likes to quote Duke Nukem. It's another way I like being creative, and it's a good way for me to blame the puppet for the terrible things that I get to say out loud. And I think you might recognize the sound from these clips. If any of you are on TikTok, this was some of the most used audio ever in TikTok in the last couple of years. Okay, quotes, play. Oh, hit the button, John. Nope, it didn't do it. Doggone it. Okay, for some reason that video wouldn't play. I wanted you to see the Duppet clips. Let me see if I can go back. Hold on just a second. I will attempt to go back. Come on. Come on, Duppet. Okay, I guess it's not going to play. I'm so sorry for that. I don't know why it's malfunctioning.
Foxtrot uniform Charlie Kilo off.
There we go.
Sometimes you just need to drop your pants and tell everyone to kiss your ass. To ensure perfect aim, shoot first and call whatever you hit the target. If it's stupid but works, it isn't stupid. I wouldn't do fuck all for a Klondike bar, but I would do some pretty sketchy shit for tequila and bacon.
That's true.
Anything I say will be held against me. Tits.
Oops, sorry. Sorry.
By then, you're at yours. One of us is obviously in the wrong place.
That clip in
You're
particular.
so hot, my zipper is falling for you. My cock was in the Guinness Book of World Records. Until the librarian told me to take it out. Because it's dying for my wood. What's a nice person like you doing in a dirty mind like mine? I'd like to apologize to anyone I've not offended yet. Please be patient. I'll get to you shortly. I love being me. It pisses off all the right people.
So I've made hundreds of these Duppet clips that are on TikTok. So follow me on TikTok and you'll see new ones all the time. I just did another round of 30 of them a couple of days ago. So, you know, I miss the good old days of when I was a radio broadcaster. It was fun, but radio's not the same as it used to be. And back in the day, before there was Howard Stern, I was on the radio getting fired all the time for saying things I shouldn't have said. Of course, I lived in the Bible Belt part of this country, you know, Virginia, North Carolina. And you can't do things like play Come Together by the Beatles and say, hey, there's a good trick if you can do it. The program directors and general managers don't appreciate that blue humor. I knew only adults would get it and kids didn't understand, so who was I hurting? Well, myself by getting fired. But I kept doing it because I'd get fired and 2 days later I'd have another radio job because I was a pretty good DJ back in the day and people liked me. So anyway, I figured, well, let's use the Duppet to do a Duke Nukem radio station. And if you ever played Duke Nukem 3D, you might remember KTIT playing the best music on the radio. Well, now I let the Duppet do all the things. He's gonna say things that actually got me fired from my radio jobs back in the day. Okay, Duppet.
Jones Nukem. Duke Nukem. Here to rock and roll and chew bubble gum. I'm all out of gum. KTIT. KTIT playing the best music on the radio. It's me, Duke Nukem in the air chair. You might want to grab a towel now as the Beatles come together. Well, that sounds like it felt good. And a good trick if you can do it. Am I right? KTIT, KTIT Radio, with Duke Nukem rocking your radio tonight. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. Now it's a song that comes in at number 4 on our list of the greatest hits about masturbation. Just behind Imaginary Lover by Atlanta Rhythm Section, it's the Vapors, rubbing one out with turning Japanese. KTIT, where the guests who inform us she's come undone. So I'm just gonna go sneak a peek. KTIT, where it's been requested that I get on some foreigner. I'd be happy just to get 2 in her. You bet she was cold as ice. She was so frigid.
How frigid was she?
Every time she spread her legs, the furnace would kick on. Thank you, I'm here all week. Tip your waiters. And now let's try to find the answer to this musical question. Where do cantaloupes and honeydews go on their summer vacation? That's right, John Cougar's Melon Can. What? You don't know all the words to these songs? Then just hum along. We can always use a good hummer. KTIT Classic Rock. KTIT, K10 Radio, with the one and only, the legendary, yours truly, Duke Nukem, and the Jay Kyles Band, for the song about holding your girlfriend's picture up with your left hand, because now she's the centerfold.
Okay, so that's the Duppet doing radio stuff. I actually did say all of those things on the radio at one time, and that's why my job career was shortened. I had another idea after all of these things that I've done to create content and do better panels and conventions that are more entertaining. And my idea was, I want to have my own convention. And I do. I'm going on year 5 of the King Con Cruise. That's a convention I own. It's on a cruise ship from Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas every year. I bring along great guests like John Patrick Lowry, who's Sniper. You guys know who Ellen McLean is, GLaDOS? Imagine GLaDOS on a megaphone narrating our laser tag game on the ship. That happens. We play drunk putt-putt. That's where you have to do 3 shots in succession at a bar and then go up to the top floor of the cruise ship and play putt-putt golf. And I give out a trophy every year, a really nice $100 trophy. Anyway, I decided that I wanted to have a convention that was different, not just being on a cruise ship, but where the voice actors and the attendees hang out and do stuff all week long. So we have every meal at night in the big the dining hall with the attendees at our tables. We go snorkeling, kayaking, jet skiing, rock climbing, all with the attendees all week long. So by the end of the week of King Con Cruise, you're friends with all the voice actors. And I bring along some great guests. In 2025, if you've met the Sonic voice actors out here, Ryan Drummond, Lisa Ortiz, and Jason Griffin, they will be on my cruise. It'll be a Sonic cruise in 2025 to the Bahamas. And here's a little sample of what it looks like, the King Con Cruise.
John St. John's King Con Cruise invites you to a unique fan adventure like no other. Join John and his celebrity friends on a 5-day Royal Caribbean cruise to the Bahamas. Plus, amazing adventures you get to experience right alongside the guests. Kayaking, snorkeling, rock climbing, drinking, mini golf, water slides, wave riding, drinking, sunbathing, the spa day, drinking, the perfect day of Coco Cay, swimming, gaming, drinking, partying, karaoke, hot tubbing, drinking, paddling, and so much more. Get ready to party your ass off with John St. John and his guests.
Those are my guests this March.
King Kong Cruise is back, baby. Come get some.
Okay, so now you see why I called this panel How Voice Acting Got Me Here. I think you've seen today I've gone from radio DJ to production director, voice actor, convention guest, web series host, content creator, and now even the owner of my own annual fan convention. It's been a heck of a journey getting to where I am today, and it's just been wonderful. I've been blessed. I'm very lucky that I was in the right place at the right time, because any voice actor could have been Duke Nukem back in 1996. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and got the gig. And now if you have any questions, we can do Q&A, because I think we have a couple of minutes left. What's your question? Are we out of time?
We're out of time, unfortunately.
Oh, is there another panel coming in?
Yes, there is.
We have to clear the room. Sorry I ran late, but thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your days at the con. Alrighty then. Oh, that's okay. I understand. I ran long. I tried to get it done in 45 minutes. Oh, no, I'll just pack it. Thanks for everything. I appreciate the setup. Sorry, cut into your time.
Oh, don't worry. It was enjoyable.
There's still 15-minute buffer.
Oh, cool.
But it's very entertaining.
Oh, well, thanks for sitting down. I appreciate it.
Also, you guys do Top 6, the XCTV, they kind of left the market in the U.S.
You're familiar with XCTV?
Because I was hearing they had to leave because they were border blaster scene.
Uh-huh.
And then after CW moved affiliation, they decided it worked.
But you know what? That job, 27 years I did that job. And it led to all that Nickelodeon stuff. Yeah. I was almost a Simpsons cast member because of it. So that was a very fortunate job for me. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't have any audio. Okay, there. Thanks for coming to the exam. I appreciate it. That was fun. I love you.
My 5 minutes is the only show left.
Last year was on Saturday. It was a pretty good crowd, but
Yeah,
this year Sunday it's a little bit rough.
Yeah, yesterday I was there yesterday on Saturday last year. But I was only there for Saturday.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.